Today, the purpose of the town hall meeting is to present our new mission statement for your information. This has been worked on for the past year. It's an accreditation requirement that we have stated that annually we will review our mission statement for the college and either make some changes or not make any changes. And the way we go about that is we go through shared governance committees, all of our planning committees, take a look at the mission statement, make recommendations of let's just keep it or let's make some changes necessary. So it went through that process all last fall. Then in the spring it came to the College Council. We reviewed it, the Academic Senate has reviewed it, and we had some recommendations made. And I'm going to explain what they are to where we were, where we are now. So basically, this is our current mission statement that we used in our catalog 15-16. Now, we're interested in changing it for the catalog 16-17 because this mission statement's already in our 15-16 catalog. This is our current mission statement. It reads, Los Angeles Mission College is committed to the success of our students. The college provides accessible, affordable, high-quality learning opportunities in a culturally and intellectually supportive environment by ensuring, is this the old, yeah, that's the new one. Oh, I thought I had the old one. Okay, let me, yeah, that's the, okay, we're in the right place. New one is the one below, and this is a, and then I'm going to finish with the new one. This is a graphic of why we changed it. What we have is Standard 1A mission. This is the accreditation language from the accreditation requirements, okay? And the accreditation language in the standard says, the mission describes the institution's broad educational purposes, its intended student population, the types of degrees and other credentials offered, and is commitment to the student learning and student achievement. Eligibility requirement 6. So we are required by the ACCJC accrediting agency to have broad educational purposes, tell what kind of degrees and certificates we award that we're committed to student learning. So that somewhere has to be in your mission statement. Then it goes on, number 2, the institution uses data to determine how effectively it's accomplishing its mission and whether the mission directs institutional priorities in meeting the educational needs of students. So in addition to broad educational purposes, intended population, types of degrees, and our commitment, we also have to say something about, we look at data, we do evaluation, we do assessment. Then it goes on. Number 3, the institution program and services are aligned with its mission. The mission guides institutional decision-making, planning, and resource allocation, and informs institutional goals for student learning and achievement. So we make decisions and plan based on data and guide it and make sure that it meets our mission and our goals. And then finally, the institution articulates its mission in a widely published statement approved by the governing board. The mission statement is periodically reviewed and updates as necessary. Eligibility requirement 6. So once this came out, and by the way, this standard didn't come out till, I think in the middle of January of this past year, rather recent. While we were going through reviewing our mission statement, this is a new requirement by ACCJC. So we decided to incorporate those requirements in the new mission statement. So the new mission statement, academic years 16, 17, and beyond, reads, Los Angeles Mission College is committed to the success of its students. Broad educational purpose. One on top, one there. We're committed to the success of our students. That's our broad educational purpose. The college which awards associate degrees and certificates. There's the one where we talk about what type of degrees and certificates we give. Provides accessible, affordable, high-quality learning opportunities in a culturally and intellectually supportive environment by. So we saved some of the old language because it was more aspirational, more inspirational. One of the issues that we had to look at is, we're doing what we're supposed to do with the requirements, but is it motivating us? We need some oomph to our mission statement that makes us want to aspire to higher levels. So we kept that language. But we added the following. Provides accessible, affordable, high-quality learning opportunities in a culturally, intellectually supportive environment by providing services and programs in basic skills, general education, career and technical education, and for transfer, which means number 4, which is the institution program and services are aligned with the mission. So we're aligned with our mission because we offer those kind of opportunities, educational opportunities. Secondly, educating students to become critical thinkers and lifelong learners. That's aligned with what we've been wanting to do and been saying about ourselves since day one. Many of us felt strongly we should keep that language. It's aspirational. We're always going to be lifelong learners in every capacity, as well as we want critical thinkers to graduate from LA Mission College. Third bullet, ensuring that all programs and services are continuously evaluated and improved to support learning and achievement. That's number 3. The institution, if you look upstairs, Standard 1A, number 2, I marked it. The institution uses data to determine how effectively it's accomplishing its mission. So what do? Down below in the third bullet, we ensure that all our program services are continuously evaluated and improved to support learning and achievement, which supports our overall mission, which is part of the standard. The point of that is you cannot conduct evaluation without gathering data. You cannot conduct evaluation without assessing yourself. So by putting that in, we've addressed that requirement. And then finally, last bullet, making traditional and distance education learning opportunities available to enhance the health and wellness of the diverse communities it serves. So that there answers the issue of intended population. Our intended population is traditional, meaning they go to class physically, right? And distance learning. We have to make sure that we address the fact that we do have distance learning, and we plan to continue to have distance learning and let it grow. And that we serve the health and wellness to enhance the health and wellness of, quote, our intended population, diverse communities it serves. So in essence, what we've done is we've captured all the requirements, and I think in a very inspirational way, to the best of our ability. There was a lot of discussion around how do you merge inspiration with the requirements that tend to be pretty prescriptive if you look at it. And so I think we, with the hard work of the College Council in the retreat this past August of finalizing this, approving it, and moving it forward, we have done it. This is our mission statement. Los Angeles Mission College is committed to the success of its students. The college, which awards associate degrees and certificates, provides accessible, affordable, high-quality learning opportunities in a culturally and intellectually supportive environment by providing services and programs in basic skills, general education, career and technical education, and for transfer, by educating students to become critical thinkers and lifelong learners, by ensuring that all programs and services are continuously evaluated and improved to support student learning and achievement, and by making traditional and distance education learning opportunities available to enhance the health and wellness of the diversity diverse communities it serves. So the rationale for this change is that the new ACCJC accreditation standards require that college mission statements articulate the institution's broad educational purpose, degree and certificate granting authority, student population served, available educational offerings, and the commitment to student learning and student achievement. The new mission statement meets all of the standards required by ACCJC by comprehensively describing the college mission, capturing all the college strategic goals, and demonstrating the college's commitment to student success. The mission statement was vetted through the college's shared governance, having been discussed by the EPC, College Council, other shared governance, and the Academic Senate in the spring and summer of 2015. So I might add, in essence, that second paragraph under rationale. This mission statement does capture our strategic goals. And the College Council and the Strategic Planning Retreat went through those goals, went through the mission statement, we matched it up, aligned it, and remember our goals are also aligned to the district strategic goals. So I think we made a lot of headway in that regard. So the purpose of today was for me to let you know where we're going with the mission statement, and again, it's for 16-17 catalog. The current mission statement will go on till June 30 of 2016. So, any questions about the mission statement? You like it? Do you think we've addressed what we're supposed to do? Now, I do believe that the visiting team will be very happy. It's going to be written into our self-evaluation that we've had this process. We've done what we're supposed to do, periodically review our mission statement, refresh it, make sure we're addressing changing needs of our student population and communities we serve. So, you know, that's all what they're looking for. And this mission statement will then go to all of you, and it's something that we will embed in your brain so that when we have the visiting team, they'll know that we understand what we're supposed to do. We understand our role in terms of the mission. Everyone has a role. Faculty, of course, have the role of student learning and achievement, and being able, through pedagogy and methodology, address all of the learning needs of our students. The diversity of learning needs and learning styles of our students, and making sure our curriculum is refreshed, making sure that we're ahead of the game in terms of what we're offering, making sure that our students are indeed learning and those learning outcomes are achieved, and that we move the needle, meaning graduation gets better, persistence gets better from year to year, student success gets better, they pass more courses. Those are all important. But student support services has a clearly defined role with this mission statement, because we're creating a supportive student learning environment. We're creating the type of activities for transfer necessary. We're creating support services for our distance education learners. You all know that we are required by ACCJC to provide comparable student support services for online distance ed students. So we have to have counseling for them. We have to have all of those activities to support them. So again, student support services is extremely involved in many of these aspects of our mission, ensuring that all programs and services are continuously evaluated. Programs, our academic programs, our support programs, and services that we provide, admissions and records, counseling services, learning disabled services, EOPS services, all of those programs and services, we need to evaluate ourselves and gather data. How are we doing? How can we do better? How can we grow? And that's why we go through what we call student learning outcome assessment and service area outcome assessment. And then finally, administrative services. We have to create an environment. Environment isn't just the learning environment, it's the physical environment. It's the facilities. It's the signage. It's the walkways. It's the ability to make sure that our students have a learning environment conducive to them to be successful. And so that's when we talk about environment, culturally, intellectually supportive environment where we're offering accessible, affordable, high-quality opportunities. We're really talking also about custodian, landscape, our buildings, our utilities, our air conditioning, our bookstore service, our student store service. All that is a supportive environment. So we're all in this together, and we all are part of this mission. So by way of giving you that little speech, if you will, I'm kind of showing you how you relate in your various capacities to this. ASO relates to this. We can't have a supportive, learning and intellectually supportive environment without associated student organization. So that has to be vibrant. And so we're going to continue to do our best to infuse ASO with more activity. I want to thank those that volunteered to be club advisors. I got a desperate call from ASO. We're missing 5 or 6 club advisors. We need them. Our clubs want to operate. They want to get involved, but nobody wants to be an advisor. I sent out an email within an hour. I had 5, 6 volunteers, faculty and staff that said, I'll do it. I'll be an advisor. See, that's all part of the mission. This is all part of our mission. So it's a pleasure working together on this great mission. So, any questions on some of the statements in the mission? So you all like it? Okay, Terry, did you get the heads going like this in a video? They all like it. So we're moving forward. It will be published and disseminated, and we are taking it to the board for its final ratification this October, I believe, 28th. So I really want to thank all the hard work that went into this. I also want to give you an update on accreditation real quick and enrollment. Today at 2 o'clock, by the way, there's Steve Rise. 2 o'clock, our soccer team is playing Oxnard at El Carrizo, and they're 3-0. They won 3 and lost none. So we're looking forward to it, Steve. 2 o'clock today. And they're going to play the conference champs, right, from last year, Oxnard College. So we can do it. Huh? Go Eagles. Let's all say it. 1, 2, 3, go Eagles. Great. All right, Steve. And this is something that, again, if you have the time, and even if it's after work, I know the women's volleyball was last week, and they're doing very well as well. Go to them. Go to the games. Spend an hour there at least and show support for our teams. We're trying our best to build, again, the mission, a supportive environment for our athletes and for our community. So try to get there. Enrollment, we're about where we were last year. We're about 1% down in WISH. And head count, we're a little down than last year in the final census, but we're pretty much hitting our target. Remember, we grew 5% last year. Oh no, actually we grew 6.8% the year before, 5%. So over the last 2 years, we've grown almost 12, 13%. But things are happening statewide where it appears the economy's getting better. So guess what? Jobs are out there. I was here at El Carrizo Park last week. There were like 200 jobs open, and people were in line taking applications anywhere from Gap to U-Haul to all kinds of different jobs, full-time, and a lot of them very good jobs, good-paying jobs. So that's our competition for many of the students we serve is when the economy gets better, the enrollment goes down a bit. But I'm confident that as the year continues, particularly the winter and spring, I think we're going to look at a little bit bigger winter, getting more students for the winter, and also some very innovative things in the spring I've been reading in terms of our courses. With regard to accreditation, we need all of you to help in any way you can, and I know you are. Half of you in this room are being touched or involved in the accreditation, the writing that's going on, self-evaluation. We're at the crunch time. We got to get this done, and we want a really good draft by October 20th, 23rd. We are going to have a visit by our board committee, the Institutional Effectiveness Committee, which is made up of Trustee Andra Hoffman and Trustee Fong and Trustee Perlman. Those three trustees are on the Institutional Effectiveness Committee. They're going to visit us October 30th to review our self-evaluation, our report. And they'll be here for about an hour and a half. We feel really good that we're going to have something very substantial, that they're going to say, this is looking really good, move forward. They're visiting the Valley Colleges October 30th, so they'll be here with us an hour and a half, Valley an hour and a half, and Pierce an hour and a half. Then I think November 16th, they're off to East LA College for 1 hour and a half meeting, and then around November 20th or so, they're going to be at the others, Harbor, West, and Southwest, and Trade Tech, LACC as well. So we're first at bat. So given that, we're really crunching away at finishing up all standards. There's 4 standards, as you know. 1, institutional mission and planning. 2, academics, library, and student services. 3, human resources, financial technology, and facility resource. And 4, governance and leadership, both at the college level and at the district level. So we're getting close to the final drafts. We have a strike team, if you will. No one has named them yet, but I'm naming you the strike force that will be spending 2 weekends, Saturday, Sunday, and a Monday, just finishing the document. So my hat's off to that team. And Vice President Allen, thank you for convening that team. I think our President of Academic Senate, Leslie Milkey, is going to be part of that team. Kelly Enos, who is our chair, faculty co-chair of the Accreditation Steering Committee, is going to be there. Madeline Hernandez, I think, is part of that strike force, our dean. And I'm missing one other one, but there's like 5 of them out there. And then we have a first string and second string. So, you know, we're going to make sure that we always have key players finishing up that document. I want to thank Carolyn Daly, who is going to provide the editing for the document. Is Carolyn here? Okay, no, she's not, but she's going to finish the grammar editing part, which we always need, and tone and voice. You know, we have to have a voice. And I want to thank the writing teams. You guys have been phenomenal. You come to the meetings, you do the best you can with the time you have on your hands, and also at the same time, here we are opening a new semester. It's been very hectic. So I want to thank all of the individuals involved. I also want to thank the backup group that's helping us, and we're going to get more help, Leslie, with evidence, believe me, to help with the evidence part. Because the way this thing is written now, they don't want a bunch of words. In fact, they've limited it to 20,000 words in the report. And if you've seen some of the old ones, they're like 500. You know, I think Pasadena just sent one in, it was 550 pages. So we can't have a big document, but what they want is, as a new approach, is the evidence. You say you're governing yourself really well. Give us the evidence. Show us the minutes. Show us the agenda. Show us the summary of what occurred at the meeting or occurred at that strategic planning session. Then you can write a paragraph or a couple paragraphs saying, this goes, you know, our analysis, we showed you, and this is show that we are, in fact, governing ourselves or doing really great planning. And then That's what they want. So the other thing that they want that's new, how many have heard this new thing called Quality Focus Essay? Raise your hand. Okay, see? I'm glad we're having this because it's brand new. And what this is, a new requirement, is they want every college to pick a couple or 3 long-term goals that we were going to work on for 7 years. By the way, the accreditation now is 7 years, not 6. And so we have been discussing and looking at what are the long-term goals we want to pay attention to for LA Mission College? What areas do we want to work on over the next several years? And there were 2 that came to the head. First one was integrated planning. We have integrated planning. We have planning here at LA Mission College. We have we have facilities committee, technology committee, educational policy committee, student services support committee. I could go on, but we have these committees and they do good work. They do plans. The issue though is how are all these plans integrated into the overall mission, and how are they integrated so that the plans that we have are aligned with each other, and we leverage our resources smartly, and we leverage partnerships and collaborations between these different plans. Not only do we have our own plans, let's say like our own technology plan, we have an educational master plan, which is the overall master plan for education. And then we have our strategic plan, which is the overall plan of implementation and evaluating whether we're moving the needle in student learning and achievement. But we have plans that are mandated. Basic skills plan, student equity plan, student support services plan. These plans are mandated by the state of California. We have to have these plans. Well, how do those plans interrelate with our college plans? Who's paying attention to that? So we think this is a long-term issue. This is something we really got to pay attention to and begin to integrate and align all these plans so that we can really provide a wider service and support for our faculty, staff, and students and our community. So that's one whole thing. It's going to take 7 years. They don't expect you to solve it right away. They expect you to take 7 years. So the 4th year is our follow-up report. So we're going to be visited March 7th through 10th. Pull out your not Blackberries anymore, they're iPhones, right? Pull it out, put those dates, March 7th through the 10th. That's when we're going to be visited by a team of, well, I would say 10 to 12 people. They're going to spend a week here. And if we do well, and I expect we'll do well, we'll get reaffirmation July 1 of 2016. So 2016 will be our kickoff year. We got 7 years, so the next time they come and see us is 2023. And by then, I'll finally get gray. Now, the 4th year would be 2020. Wow, 2020. 2020 is when we have to do a follow-up report or a progress report on our long-term goals. So the first one I told you about was integrated planning. The second one that we discussed and really trying to figure out is something near and dear to my heart is student services. And the reason why I targeted, or rather looked at student services, is because student services is rapidly changing with the state requirements. We're the only group right now, and this may occur down the road in other areas, that has performance-based funding. What that means is we do not get a grant of money from the state unless we perform. This is brand new. It's not based on enrollment. It's based on how many people did you serve. This is state mandated. Now, some of you know that Oregon's done that, and they've made it much more comprehensive than what California's done. But California's experimenting with performance-based budgeting or performance-based funding. So 60% of the state money for student support success program is formula-based on our apportionment, but 40% of that money is performance-based. And if we don't perform, we don't get that money. What does that mean? Our students don't get the counseling. Our students don't get the support services they need in assessment, orientation, and counseling. Ed plans, which is another requirement. So given that demand for excellence, higher performance, given the fact that there are a lot of changing things going on with regard to career technical education requirements, workforce requirements, foster requirements, veterans requirements, international students, you can name it all. Student Services needs the support necessary to build itself to capacity to serve all of these needs. So that's why we chose Student Services. 7-year process. And there are 8 areas that I'm looking at based on the assessment that was done and my conversations with the Student Services staff and the managers. 8 areas that I think we need to pay attention to. One of them is leadership. We all need this. Faculty, staff, and students, we all need leadership development, professional development in leadership. Another one is communications. We all need to improve our communications. You know, how do we get our work done? How do we communicate? How best can we involve a larger constituency in what we're about? Another one is data. We need to learn how to use data better and assess ourselves. How do we do that? What software do we have to do that? Do we have the infrastructure to do that? How do we get trained to do that? You know, all those issues. So those are just 3 I kind of picked out that we need to work over the next 7 years. So those are the 2 biggies, quality focus essays. They're only going to be 4 pages long, 5 at the most, that will lay out the issue, a plan, and then how we're going to attack it. Any questions on the accreditation? All right, well, I guess I'm batting 1,000 right now. Nobody has questions, so I must be doing really good. Larry.
Will they be asking us questions? When the team comes, will they be asking us questions? How should we prepare ourselves when they come for the visit if they step into our office?
Good question. We will, and we meaning the Accreditation Steering Committee, which is been meeting. We're meeting like every 2 weeks now. We're going to continue those meetings. We will prepare materials and a training for all faculty and staff and students on preparation for the visit. We have to send our report January, the self-evaluation. They are coming March 7th through the 10th, so I would imagine as soon as the spring semester starts, February, I'm not sure the date for next spring, but as soon as the spring starts, we will have town hall meeting, we'll provide materials and some training to get us ready. Will they pop in your office? Maybe, but it appears that, and I think Michael just came back from a visit, but it was on the old standards, right, Vice President Ellen? Danny's going on a visit next week, so he could give you an idea when you get back what it's like. But my sense is they're not going to be doing much of that. They're already pretty much going to write the report even before they get here. And what they're going to do, probably, in my experience, is have a list of questions they may ask and want to see maybe somebody to, say, for instance, a financial aid question. It's not clear on something on financial aid. They might want to say, well, I have a question regarding financial aid. So the ALO will help monitor and supervise that process. That's Vice President Allen, our Accreditation Liaison Officer. He'll help supervise and monitor the process of questions so that, because they won't know that Dennis is the guy to go see. Or they might say, well, you have a financial aid director, who's that? Well, where do we, you know. So we'll be the sort of, not interference, but we'll help coordinate because they don't have much time to go walking around and anything like that. So based on our self-evaluation, they'll look at our websites. And by the way, I want to thank David Garza, our librarian, Zoila. Is Zoila here? Okay, and who's the third person helping us with the website stuff? I forgot. There's a third person. By the way, those 3 people, and we're getting them assistance, is helping us refresh our websites. Some of our stuff is from 2006 on our webpage. Some of you have websites that need to be renewed. There's a lot of material that says draft. We got to get rid of that draft. It should not be a draft if it's dated 2012. It should have been approved, right? So David's helping with that. They're reviewing all of our websites to refresh it, renew it, identify issues. This Thursday, Student Services, we're going to meet on our master plan. We're going to update the master plan Thursday morning so that that's updated, is put on the website. And so we got to look up to date. Because what they'll do is they'll read the self-evaluation, but they'll also go on our website and try to find out stuff about us through the website. So our website's got to be really, really on target. So we'll coordinate with you. Other questions on the accreditation? So I'll finish with this. I think you are phenomenal because this has been a very intense fall semester, particularly for those people that have been on that accreditation writing team. It's been intense. So I want to thank you. We're almost there. Just hang on. I'll tell you a funny story and then I'll end here. I had my little brother, Stevie. I was cutting a branch on a big avocado tree, and Stevie was holding the branch up so I could cut it. And it was getting closer and closer. And he says, Monte, I'm going to fall. And I said, hang on, Stevie, hang on. No, I'm going to fall. And he was on his tippy toes like this. He was shorter than me, which is short. And I said, no, hang on, Stevie. Sure enough, the branch broke. He fell. But he got up. I was scared to death because I couldn't find him. He said, where is he? And then he popped up. We're going to pop up like a rising phoenix and be number one, as we always will be. Thank you.